Before we dive into the world of Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button to stay up to date with the latest gaming content. As a seasoned adventurer, I've spent countless hours exploring the mystical lands of Alian, and I can confidently say that farming metal slimes is an art form that only Reese says that across the bravest as the most patient souls is not confident, or the master women rate that time that have city and master in the remake of Dragon Quest III. There isn't a more effective method for earning experience points to level up than by harvesting metal slimes. Gathering experience can prove crucial when changing your character's vocations, which brings them back to level 1. And it can also be vital to bring new recruits up to speed when you acquire new characters at Hattie's Party Planning Place. Metal slimes boast exceptionally high agility, making them take the first turn in combat more frequently than other creatures. They're generally immune to a wide range of spells and abilities, except for those that inflict regular system physical damage. Notably, they tend to escape from battles quite frequently, which can become challenging if players aren't well prepared to handle such evasive maneuvers. In the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, there are several locations for farming metal slimes, but they're scarce until you reach the late game, and so the Tower of Transcendence is where players will initially encounter these creatures. However, it's not the most productive location for farming, as liquid metal slimes aren't present here. Liquid metal slimes offer significantly more experience points than regular ones, about 10 times as much. So it's best to prioritize locating and farming liquid metal slimes if you want to optimize your efficiency in the game. The liquid metal slimes also appear in the Maw of the Necrogond and Baremos Lair dungeons, but will spawn alongside strong enemies that require the player's attention. In order to reach the best places for liquid metal slime farming, players will need to use the Everbird to fly to a slime hill, which spawns nothing various kinds of slime enemies. The location to encounter liquid metal slimes most effectively is close to the Tower of Transcendence. Utilize the Everbird and head northwest, crossing over the mountain range into a thick forest area. You'll find the slime hill just beyond the mountains, accessible only by the Everbird TB. Disembark there, explore the hill, and wait for combat encounters with liquid metal slimes. There is also another slime hill on the west side of the continent of Alian that can only be accessed by the Everbird space funds. And start outside the Dreamer's Tower and fly to the northwest into the rocky region of the island. The plateau with a secret area on it is the other slime hill. This secret area also contains a mini metal, a pair of elevating shoes, and an Elysium bird monster to recruit point 2 due to their exceptionally high agility and propensity for swiftly escaping in combat. Efficiently defeating liquid metal slimes and metal slimes calls for quickness and accuracy. Some professions possess attacks that can instantly knock out enemies, while others can guarantee critical hits, which immediately eliminate these types of slimes. Certain weapons with special abilities, like the Beeman Spear, can instantly kill opponents. The Puff spell from Mage and Sage professions takes a turn to prepare for damage, but it will instantly annihilate any metal slimes that haven't fled by the second. And there, to farm metal slimes efficiently, you'll want to use attacks that can guarantee critical hits or Oko moves. The Accelerate spell can be used to increase the party's agility in order to possibly outpace metal slimes on the second turn, guaranteeing more EXP by having characters with Oko moves go first. I've found the most success by giving my Sage the Meteorite Racer to have them accelerate the party immediately, which often gives enough agility to my martial artists to land a critical claim before any metal slimes have fled Nandyism. I also changed my martial artist vocation to Monster Wrangler, which means they can buff themselves with Wild Side to use critical claim twice in one turn. Some party compositions will have more trouble farming metal slimes than others, but most players should have the vocations they need in order to grind levels in an efficient way. This is so a strong interest involved in the infections. Farming metal slimes is the perfect way to circumvent the downside of changing a character's vocation, as they can reach the level they were before in quite a short time at the same time in the level. As such, I recommend not shying away from changing vocations, as players can always find metal slimes in Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake. And remember, farming metal slimes is like trying to catch a slippery fish. It's all about being quick and sneaky. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.